Welcome into another Hail Varsity exclusive. Anna Bellinghausen joining you now, Manaia Ogbechie. Also joining us, an incoming freshman on the Husker volleyball team. Manaia, how are you doing today?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thanks so much for taking the time. And we're just so excited to welcome these five new faces to Nebraska volleyball. I want to start out on just your journey and recruiting process with Nebraska. What are your first memories of hearing from that coaching staff and trying to pick that program?
So, originally, I knew Jalen from NTDPs, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I watched some of the other girls' interviews, and there's like, oh, watched Nebraska volleyball from a young age, but I didn't watch college volleyball until pretty recently. I didn't think I was gonna play volleyball collegiately. I thought I was gonna go to school for school. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be.
Well, what changed for you? Where did you find that passion or where did you see that success?
So originally I was committed to another school, but then there was a coaching change. And I feel like when you commit to a school, you commit to not only the school, but the coaching staff, the culture, the team. And I was really looking for something different. So when the coaching change happened, a variety of different schools reached out, but the culture of only a few programs really stood out to me. And when Nebraska contacted me, it was an offer I really couldn't turn down. So I went on my visit, saw the campus, met the girls, went to a scrimmage, and really started to understand the very, very rich legacy and understanding my major as well. I'm going to double major in marketing and management. And the rich legacy of sports and sports management seemed perfect for my career. And then also volleyball. I love playing volleyball. So
I love it. You're a career focused woman as well. When did you know, or was there a certain moment that you can point back to where you're like, okay, Nebraska, this is the one, this is it?
definitely being on campus for the first time, being around the girls. I watched volleyball day happen on TV, actually on YouTube after the fact. And the chatter and the immediate uplift for women's sports was so inspirational and so memorable. And it's something that you just want to be a part of as soon as possible.
Yeah, what
On
what have been your first impressions of the fan base of Nebraska? Because we know Nebraskans love their volleyball.
my first impression was after going on a visit, and I didn't even know. My teammate came up to me and said that people were talking about a mystery girl at a scrimmage. It was a close scrimmage too. So there wasn't supposed to be any cameras or anything, and apparently there's chatter already. And then also immediately after I posted my commitment, that was crazy. It was crazy. My Instagram was blowing up. It's like ding 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 immediately.
Yeah,
That was
Nebraska fans will find you and they will support you immediately because, I mean, as you know, there is nothing like Nebraska volleyball in this state and truly how they embrace it. And I think Nebraska's been on the forefront of women's sports, like you mentioned. How important is that for you, too, just to see that continual growth and have that platform here in the state?
the platform that Nebraska has is truly inspirational. It's really impactful to me because yes, playing volleyball is fun, the strategy, competition, the speed of it, but playing for a purpose is so much more important. Me personally, I play for my four younger siblings, my Nigerian and Samoan heritage, and honestly for any child, anyone that's anything remotely close to me. So being able to be a light and inspiration to anybody would be it's very important to me. Very important.
How important is it, too, to be a role model to these young women? Because, I mean, growing up, women weren't really given that opportunity to have role models on TV, on media, on social media, etc. We just didn't have that access to role models like this.
Being the one to do it, I guess not just me, obviously, the whole team,
Mhm.
being a part of that, like that's something I'm going to tell my kids. And I just hope I can inspire somebody, at least one person, then that's my job.
So when you think back to your younger self, would she ever believe that you'd be in this position playing D1 volleyball at a school like Nebraska?
Maybe at some point of time, but at another, absolutely not. Definitely not.
Would you go back and tell your younger self anything?
I would tell my younger self, well, to believe in herself, for one, and to keep following the plan, to stop looking at other people's progress and to focus on her own.
I love it. All right. Well, if Nebraska fans haven't seen you play in person or on TV or anything, what do they need to know about your game and what you bring to this team?
I'm definitely a very aggressive player on the floor. So that means pushing, shoving, screaming, all of that. So definitely look out for that and don't be surprised. I feel like as a person, I don't come off like that. So people that meet me before they see me play are completely surprised afterward. And yeah, I hope to bring the spirit of competition and continuing on the rich legacy that Nebraska has.
I think you're going to fit right in with that middle group with Rebecca Alec and Andy Jackson because they're two fiery players and we see it on the court and I think everyone loves their competitive spirit. Have you gotten a chance to link up with them or chat with them prior to getting to Nebraska?
Yes, I did. On my both my official and my unofficial visit, I got to chat with both of them. I love them both a lot. I think that the people the people at Nebraska, the whole team, those are definitely my people.
Anything else that stood out about that culture and everything that's been instilled from Cook, from his assistant coaches to also that team?
The culture it's a culture of excellence, and that's the same thing that my family tries to teach me. And that's again why I thought it resonated so deeply with me on my official visit. It was a culture of excellence. It's pushing yourself to be better every single day and pushing everyone else around you to be better every single day. Even it doesn't matter who you're playing on the other side, keeping pressure on them and focusing on yourself instead of other people because you control yourself and you can make yourself excellent.
Hmm. Have you also thought about though the pressure that comes with playing at a school at Nebraska as Nebraska is? I mean, obviously they're a team that wants to be in the national championship, wants to be in those final fours. Have you thought through just that kind of pressure that might be coming your
I
way as
definitely
well?
have. Fortunately, I think I'm pretty good under pressure, and the girls have definitely seen that type of pressure before, being in a national championship and national semifinals recently. So I think altogether we can keep each other in check and continue to push through.
Absolutely. Well, if you need to tell fans something about you off the court, what do they need to know about you as a person?
I would really like the fan base to know that I'm very family and career oriented, and being at Nebraska not only helps my volleyball side, but also, again, I was talking about the rich legacy in sports and sports management, which is where I would like to be. So, continuing to build a part of that, like continuing to build on that, and hopefully, I can add to the very rich legacy that Nebraska has someday very soon.
All right. Well, I will leave you with this, Manaia. What are your biggest goals for not only your first year on campus, but your entire career? What are some of those goals you set out for when you step foot on campus for the first time?
My only goal is to continue to get better. This is an opportunity to learn and grow, and being able to use that is the best thing that I can do.
Have you envisioned what it'll be like running out to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the first time with all those fans?
I definitely have, and I just hope I don't trip and fall on my face.
There you go. Well, we'll be rooting for you, Manaia. Thanks so much for the time, and we appreciate everything you've done so far to get yourself to Nebraska. And best of luck this season.
Thank you.